welcome to All Arms Out. We are back with another video. Yes, this time I've got a special guest, Edward Nash, who is a massive Arsenal fan, and it's absolutely a pleasure to have him on the show. And let's have a look at how it went. Edward Nash from All Out Football. Is it All Out Football, did you say?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, All Out Football. He's a journalist from All Out Football, and he's also a gunner. So I am proud to have him on this show. Always proud to have a gunner on this show. I want to quickly just go through a couple of things with you before I go into like the other games that are coming up. Do you trust in the process?
In all honesty, no.
You don't trust in the process at all. So like Arteta, he's had 18 months. I mean, you have to look at some of the other like managers like Klopp and that. They had 5 years, do you know what I mean, until they got any kind of silverware.
Yeah, but they've got better players than us, those clubs.
Yeah, there is that as well, I suppose. But I mean, it is a bit harsh in some sense. I mean, look at Emery. He was there, a year and a half or so, like a season and a half. Also the same kind of prospect. He got us to a final at the Europa League. Okay, we didn't win it, and to be fair, half of that season of the FA Cup that we won was Emery's doing. So, okay, Arteta had a little bit of help with that, but do you not think there's room for improvement with Arteta though?
Well, depends what I've seen in the next few games. I mean, what made me say Arteta out like fully was when we lost the semi-final to Villarreal.
Yeah.
Which I think is a fair criticism.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
what you can't experiment in a final.
No.
Or a semi-final for that matter.
No. Who would be your perfect replacement then? For Arsenal, if he was to go.
Well, I wanted Allegri, but that's not happening now.
No.
So I probably go with. Well, the only other option I got is Conte.
Yeah, and there's even talks about him going to United if Solskjaer doesn't do well. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he is doing well.
Oh yeah, so far Solskjaer's doing well.
Yeah. It's one of those though. Like the players that we have in that team at Arsenal, you got your parties, you got Odegaard, Smith Rowe's a quality up and coming player, Saka.
Mm-hmm.
There's no excuses, is there really? And okay, we spent 140 million plus your add-ons and whatever. It is one of the things like people say to me, you spent 140 million, and I can't even judge. I can't even put it in my mind how we've spent that much, and we haven't really got big names in. Ben White, do you think he was overpriced?
Well, personally, I wouldn't pay 50 million for a Brighton player. I'd probably, if it was, what I would do is if it was the other way around with Odegaard and Ben White, I would rather it was that way.
Yeah. It's a difficult one in a sense, because even though we were linked with so many players, there was no progress with it. Do you know what I mean? There was just rumors every week of, it's going to be this person. Olwa was meant to be on. He's been on the table since 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any oomph. Do you know what I mean, in the team? Okay, so let's brush through like the last 5 matches, right? So Brentford, what do you think went wrong in that game?
Well, personally, nothing. I just think it was the missing of Aubameyang and Lacazette that did us in. But I wasn't too mad at that loss because it is Brentford's first season in the Premier League.
Yeah, you've always got the spectacle when a new team comes up anyway.
Yeah, they said their first season in the Premier League, so I'm not too mad about it.
Yeah. I mean, me looking at that game though, I mean, Lacazette and Aubameyang, do you think they would be better if they were split up? Because they are very close. I see a lot of background footage of Lacazette and Aubameyang mucking around. And do you think it's too pally-pally in that squad?
No, I think No, I would keep them together personally.
Would you rather play Aubameyang on the left with Lacazette then?
Um, well, if unless Lacazette's injured, of course, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah,
If Lacazette's injured, then I move Aubameyang up and then put Saka there.
yeah, yeah. That is the other scenario. But in normal sense, would you rather prefer to have Lacazette up front and Aubameyang on the left?
Yeah, Lacazette was our top scorer last season,
Yeah,
and I believe Aubameyang, despite the way he's been playing recently, I believe he's our second best player in front behind Tierney.
yeah. I mean, how old is Aubameyang now? Is he 33? Is he
32,
32?
probably.
Yeah, 32. And what has he got? Maybe a couple of seasons left. Will he stay at Arsenal?
Well, he signed the contract, so
Yeah, I know.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Like you, I don't think when he signed that contract last season, I was so happy. Like, but what so he's not the player he was at Dortmund school in the '98. You gotta remember that
Yeah, of course, 100%.
because when you get older, you get slower.
Yeah. But I just look at this team and something just like I'm always usually a positive guy. Like a lot of my Arsenal friends, they're saying you're being too positive. And I've now kind of hit a breaking point with the whole team because seeing what we last win we had was at the end of last season. Even in preseason, we well, okay, we beat who did we play in preseason? We beat I can't think of it now.
I think it was Watford.
Watford, yeah. And but there's just seems to be no creativity there. All right, okay, the last two games we've had wins, but all right, the Odegaard goal was good, but the Norwich game, I still felt it was a little bit flat. There was there was nothing there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think what it is our midfield is the main problem.
Yeah,
What I believe is the main problem in our midfield is Xhaka is.
Shaka, yeah. But
I
even with
believe
Shaka
Xhaka's our
out,
main
but
problem.
even with Shaka out, it doesn't look convincing to me. Okay, you got Lakonga in there. If he can link up with Partey, then yeah, it's good. But then do you choose?
Yeah, Lukonga's been our best player this
Yeah,
season so far.
yeah, 100%, 100%. What would
And
you go on, go on?
yeah, I'd rather have Partey and Lukonga than Partey and Xhaka because I don't think Granit Xhaka is a good enough player for this club.
No, no.
I'm pretty much what DT of FTV is with Bellerin. That's what I am with Xhaka.
Yeah, yeah. He's very reckless as well. He's very reckless. I mean, to be fair, when he went off that time and he was telling all the fans to shut up and stuff like that,
No, he
that's
told him to fuck off.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's my point saying that's you done in that club now. You don't have another chance.
Yeah, I think we should have signed him Roma when we had the chance.
Yeah, but that went on for like what 4 weeks, like, and nothing got solved.
Don't know what happened. I think it was just Mourinho being Mourinho. But
Yeah.
if it were me, you give me any price for him, I'd sell him, no question.
Who would be your perfect midfielder that you'd like to bring in?
Lukonga.
Lukonga, you like that? That's your. So you wouldn't like to see a while
Oh
in
wait,
there?
well, if you're talking in the sense of like bring a new one in,
Yeah.
I'd probably say either Awa or Goretzka.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's gone on too long with that the rumors about we need to bring him in. It should have been done, I reckon.
Yeah, he must have talent if Arsenal are linked with him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even not having European football this season, it has to be a massive downfall for trying to make transfers anyway.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
we got the Odegaard one done, so
yeah, I mean, in my eyes as well, that Odegaard transfer that should have been um, made a lot sooner as well. I felt like that was left too late, or like Arteta just went, "Oh, Odegaard, let's bring him back."
yeah. Personally, that was because we were living with Madison as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We went for these some of the big names in the Premier League, but we couldn't get them. But we left it too long.
Yeah.
Um, let's look at some of the other games now. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Run us through that. What went wrong in that game?
Well, I was there, so it was a shocking performance. I think it was the missing of Gabriel and White and Partey.
Yeah, yeah,
Because Gabriel, ever since he's been here, he hasn't let me down.
mm. Yeah. Would
Obviously
you?
Ben White had COVID, so
Yeah, going back to the defense a little bit now. Do you think that also the Saliba thing that's a complete mess as
uh,
well, isn't it?
I don't know why. It's another thing I don't like about Arteta's managing. He keeps learning out these players that have the talent that we could use, but he just never plays them.
Yeah,
You got your Saliba, you got your Guendouzi, you've got Reece Nelson. Like I think if you brought all those three into the starting lineup, then you'd have the full shebang. But what he does is he keeps throwing them out because he doesn't think they're good enough players. Whereas myself and many others do. And people may not agree with that. That's absolutely fine. Obviously, this is about opinion, this meeting.
mm,
So if I was made manager, I wouldn't loan out any of them.
no, no.
The only one I slightly agree with is Bellerin. That's the only one I agree with.
Yeah, he really did flop at coming to the end of that season. Yeah,
Here's the thing. I really like Bellerin. I like Bellerin. I think he has the skill. It's just that injury he got that's crashed him down. I'm hoping to God like this slow move improves him.
yeah, yeah. What would you this well, I can't pronounce his name. Tomiyasu, is it?
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu, yeah. Do you think he is the man for that job in that right position?
Oh yeah, he's so much better than Chambers.
Yeah. Or Cedric.
Oh no, I go Tomiyasu and Cedric personally.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah.
Yeah, I love Cedric. Like I don't think I've seen a bad performance with him so far.
Yeah.
I'd stick him on the right now. When you put him on the left, he turns into Andre Santos.
Yeah. I mean, Tierney has to stay on that left anyway. 100%.
Problem with Tierney is he's injured all the time.
Yeah, he's injury prone, but he's such a workhorse. I would say he's one of the best players, as in working hard to get up that wing. Do you know what I mean? He's up and down all the time.
Yeah, player of the season last season for me.
Yeah, and you can see the passion on his face as well when he crosses over a ball and it doesn't meet the player, or he's punching the air and
Yeah, like when you put him and Partey in the team, that's when you see the creativity. That's in for me.
Would you put who would be your preferred captain at the moment? I mean, there's speculation about Aubameyang being captain or Xhaka. Who would you put in?
No, that was Xhaka, not Xhaka, not Xhaka.
No, not Xhaka.
No, absolutely not. If Arteta makes Xhaka captain again, that's it.
Yeah, done. Yeah.
Like you cannot. I don't think you can make any more excuses for him if he does that, because Unai Emery did it and look what happened.
Yeah. It's unexcusable. Do you know what I mean? But who would be your captain? So I've always said I would like to see Tierney throw on that armband. Do you know what I mean? Just maybe for one match.
Yeah, me too.
Just to see how it goes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What I think. Well, is the thing with the captain's armband. They're not just going to give you it. You've got to earn it.
Yeah. Of course you have. Yeah. But I look at them. You know what I mean? The moving on to the City game, when that game finished.
Don't remind me.
But it was Tierney, weren't it, that brought him over to the crowd. Come on, let's clap them. They've come all this way, and then they've come to this.
Yeah, it's like an old Dave TV video when we lost 2-1 there years ago. When the players didn't come over in front of the fans.
Yeah.
That was almost that situation. Because I didn't go to the game because I never go to Manchester. But if you're willing to travel that way, then you deserve an applause.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it got to that point where even so you were at that game, yeah? You was at the game.
No, I was at the Chelsea game.
Oh right, no, at the City game, there was fans actually like cheering on the fourth goal or something. The Arsenal fans because it just got that ridiculous and that stupid. They were just like, oh, we don't care now. We kind of everyone kind of expected that anyway. I
Well, that's
wouldn't
just
even
being
care.
plastic then. That's just being a plastic fan
Yeah,
then.
I get that in a sense, but I think the the tension's risen that high with the team and the fans that some of the fans are just going, what else can we do? Are we going to get angry about it and start, throwing abuse, or are we just gonna like laugh at it?
Well, but you put it that way, I'd rather you celebrate the City goals than send the players abuse.
It's a hard one to to put in your mind. Do you know what I mean? Do you get stick for giving abuse to the players or giving your opinion? But there's giving opinions and giving like bad attitude to players, or do you just go with it and just think, right, well, next game we've got Norwich anyway. Let's go positive.
Well, you see, the thing is, the game affects your mood.
Hmm.
So, obviously, it's not an excuse for abuse, but you can, like, yeah, I've said many times, Shaka can fuck off, Arteta can fuck off, but you have to realize that's frustration.
Yeah,
Because I'm not enjoying, because the idea of what I want to see from this team is enjoyment and creativity, not when they play like Laetinoria when they were under Francesco Pachetti.
yeah, yeah. I totally agree. Yeah,
And when you lose, and if you lose 5-0 to C, then that just adds to that frustration.
yeah. I mean, let's like you said, Brentford wasn't going to be an easy game anyway because it's a newly promoted team. Chelsea, champions of Europe, you've got to expect something
Yeah,
anyway.
they brought Lukaku back as well.
Yeah, and then City, champions of the Premier League. That there is three tough games.
Yeah, you can't expect us to beat City with the team we've got.
No, no.
Whenever we play City, I'm like, I don't think we win. I just hope for a draw.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. To be fair, even if it was if that was a draw, I'd have been happy with that anyway. I think any Arsenal fan would have been happy to get a draw against City on that day.
Yeah.
Moving on to Norwich. Your thoughts on that? Was it a lucky goal? It was definitely not offside anyway.
I think that should have been Pepe's goal, personally.
Yeah, yeah.
What is it with Pepe? I think you should put him in every starting lineup, every game, because his performances towards the end of last season warranted that start for me.
Yeah, 100%.
And so my personal attacking three would be, if not like I said in the top, I'd go Saka, Aubameyang, Pepe.
Yeah. But then would you leave Odegaard out and bring in Lokonga and Party?
No, Odegaard's my preference over Smith Rowe. Like, I got in an argument with a fan on Instagram because the question was, would you rather have Odegaard in the starting lineup or Smith Rowe?
Yeah.
And I said, well, as much as I like Smith Rowe, my personal preference is more on Odegaard.
Mm.
And this one guy was just like, the disrespect you shown Smith Rowe. He's a quality player. How can you put Odegaard over him? You stupid idiot.
But this is where I think Arteta got it wrong. If he'd have made that transfer for Odegaard a lot sooner, Odegaard could have been wearing that number 10 shirt right now.
Yeah. Smith Rowe, as good as he is, wouldn't give him the 10 just yet.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
All right. But the one signing this window that really made me hate Arteta was when he loaned out Torreira again.
Torreira.
Yeah, I love Torreira. If Partey, Torreira, I wanted to see that this season. I was praying for it.
Yeah.
But with Arteta being stubborn and pig-headed, loan him out again.
Yeah, it's I don't. With the thing with Torreira, he was like another Gazzola for us. Do you know what I mean? He was a little pit bull, and he made fantastic chances every time he touched that ball. But
yeah, you can see why Emery signed him.
Yeah, 100%. But he obviously didn't adapt to the lifestyle, and I don't think he was comfortable Like his English wasn't great, and I think he was a bit homesick, weren't he? The first season he was here.
Well, it takes a while to settle in. I get that, but what Mikel Arteta has done is just add fuel to the fire.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he went. There was one thing that he put on Torreira saying about he put on something that he took his daughter to a theme park or something on our first match day.
Hmm.
There was
I
there
don't
was
remember that.
there was something like that he'd put on. I don't know if it was on Twitter or something that he put on about taking his family to a theme park or something like that, and it riled up like a lot of fans saying, "First match day, why is he not in the squad or why is he not at training?" Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, family comes first for me. So
yeah, it does, but then obviously your job's your job as well.
I mean, come on. I think the first game that season was Man City. I remember because I was in Portugal watching it. So I think so. You can't really expect to win against City, like I said.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
No, I don't think you could give him too much stick for Torreira missing out on that game.
No,
Plus,
but
it's like he's getting used to the new environment. We just signed him from Sampdoria.
yeah. I mean, where would you fit him in that team though? Now we've got
Next to
Lokonga there.
Partey. Next to Partey.
Lokonga.
Lokonga's a backup for Partey for me.
Yeah.
If Torreira's in.
See, now I would think I would put Lokonga with Partey. So I'd think they would.
Yeah, that's what you do now. That's what you would do now.
Yeah. But yeah, I suppose if Torreira is in that squad, then there's no question, is there? Burnley. I mean, Odegaard's goal, that is just phenomenal. I mean,
yeah, free kick goals are amazing.
Yeah, it's just even to just sit there and you think most of the time when we have free kicks now, it's a bit dodgy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting hyped up for this. And then when you see a goal like that, it's just an uplift. Do you know what I mean? Especially for Odegaard.
Yeah. What's even more interesting about a free kick is when a player you don't particularly like scores it. Because I remember when we played against Chelsea last season, we won 3-1. Xhaka scored one of the goals.
Yeah.
And obviously, as I said, you know how I feel about Granit Xhaka.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So my personal free kickers now would be Aubameyang, Pepe, or Odegaard.
Yeah.
Because Aubameyang can score a free kick, and so can Pepe.
Of course he can. Yeah, of course he can. Going into the next game on Sunday, obviously you're going to this game. I'm absolutely jealous of you. I wish I was going to this game. It's the big one, Arsenal versus Tottenham. What side would you put out against Tottenham? Because Tottenham have now had 2 shaky games.
Well, let's just say they lost against Chelsea last night. Awful.
Yeah.
Well, I can't laugh too much because I've got friends of mine who are Tottenham fans.
Right, okay.
It's the thing. It's hilarious watching Tottenham get battered, but I can't celebrate it too much because it's Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like a double-edged sword for me.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so back to your question about who my starting 11 would be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because I do this every time on my Instagram stories.
Yeah, okay.
So here's what I would go with. So starting off in goal, Bernd Leno.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm worried about Son and Kane.
Right, okay.
And Bernd Leno's a shot stopper.
Yeah.
I love Aaron Ramsdale right now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
However, I would rather play Ramsdale once he's shown he's worth being in the starting in goal.
Do you think Ramsdale has shown himself, proven himself to Arsenal fans? Because there was a lot of speculation around him when he came to Arsenal. Obviously, the whole...
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Sheffield United got relegated last season.
He was at Bournemouth. They got relegated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was at Wimbledon. I think they just managed to stay up in relegation.
Yeah. But what I remembered last season when Sheffield got relegated, that Ramsdale wasn't the worst goalkeeper. That role went to West Brom's goalkeeper, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just want to give... I want. I'd rather give Ramsdale more chances to show that he's worth.
Yeah.
So I want him to prove himself more.
But Tottenham isn't the game for you.
This is a far too big game.
Yeah.
Like this is a massive 6-pointer because we got an opportunity here to go above them. So.
Oh yeah, and you know the whole thing with the top at the beginning of the season, us at the bottom, them at the top, and then mind the gap scenario and everything. But that, like some Spurs supporters, they forget that it's September and not May. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So yeah, personally, Ben Leno go in there.
Yeah, okay.
Now it's a defense, and the formation is a 4-2-3-1.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so on the right hand side, Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
Absolutely, no question. So you could argue Cedric because of the way he played against them last season, but Tomiyasu's been our best right back so far. So
yeah,
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu. Yeah.
Now the two in defense, no question. Weiss and Gabriel. No question.
Gabriel and who did you say?
Ben White.
Ben White. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, that's a no question.
Yeah. Do you think Holding's been doing good though lately?
Well, I'm not a massive admirer of Rob Holding, so he can have a good game. Like, don't get me wrong, but there's some games where I'm thinking, nah, I don't think so. I'd rather have Gabriel or White there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think Rob Holding against a team like probably Southampton or Watford.
Yeah.
But if it's a big game like Tottenham, White and Gabriel.
Because also, I would like to see Murray in the team a lot more as well, to be fair.
Yeah, White and Murray. That would be the second option.
Yeah.
Now, left side, Kieran Tierney.
Yeah. There's no question, is there?
Yeah, no question. Now to midfield. Now, like I said, I'm glad Granit Xhaka is suspended because he won't be playing this game.
Yeah.
So, Partey, Lokonga.
Is that a thank God?
That's a thank God. That's a thank God, Jesus, David, John. Yeah, every saint in heaven. So yeah, then Partey and Lokonga are the two in midfield.
Yeah.
Now, the three behind the striker: Pepe, Odegaard, Saka.
Yeah.
I think Saka does really well when we're against Tottenham, and I think so does Pepe. And obviously Odegaard, he scored the goal last time we played and we won 2-1.
Yeah.
And up front, main striker Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Because Aubameyang's been good as of West Brom.
Yeah.
He scored a hat-trick. He scored against Norwich. And Odegaard scored against Burnley last night, or was it the other night? Anyway, so yeah, that's my personal lineup. I'd like to know in the comments what everyone else's lineup would be.
Yeah, 100%. What would be your score for this game?
Okay. Considering we won 2 games in a row by 1 goal, and Tottenham lost 3-0 last night to Chelsea, I'm thinking if Arteta puts out the right players, and Nuno doesn't put out the squad that probably a Pochettino or a would put out, I'd say this would be a 2-0 win.
2-0, yeah?
Yeah.
Tottenham wouldn't even score, do you not think, no?
Well, let's be honest, Kane last night.
Yeah, he's...
No. Son, I hope he doesn't score because he's like one of those players that always score against us.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, okay, maybe Tomiyasu will be able to. So I'm a bit worried about Tomiyasu with Son out there because they're both Asian. They both have their chemistry.
Yeah.
Obviously, they represent different parts of Asia, but they're both Asian players. So I'm a bit worried about Tomiyasu with Son defending him. But I hope Tomiyasu can overcome that fear.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tomiyasu is a great player in himself. Anyway, he came in that first game and he just looked comfortable. He looked comfortable from the beginning.
Yeah, yeah,
So
no doubt.
I don't think there's any problem with him coming into that squad.
Yeah, but we got to remember Son is dangerous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like he is super dangerous. Like I tell you, out of all the Tottenham's players, he's the best one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess you could
He's their
argue,
backbone.
like, yeah, he's their go-to man.
Yeah.
I feel if Kane had that this season, he would Kane had that this season and the race, he would Son would have been captain or vice captain.
Yeah. Yeah. Son, in my eyes, Son gets into any team anyway. I do.
Oh yeah,
He does get into any team. Like all this speculation of like Harry Kane, like he gets into any team. In my eyes, he doesn't. He doesn't get into any team.
no.
I
I mean,
mean,
obviously he was great in Euros, great in Euros.
but was he though? I don't think he really showed up that much at the Euros.
Well, well, you got to remember. Well, I think he did because he scored a couple of goals for us.
Yeah, and we
I think
did
it was the
score a lot.
final that I think it was the final that put the pressure on him.
Mm. Yeah,
And plus, there was all this speculation about him leaving.
yeah, yeah,
So you got to remember your words affect people's memory.
yeah. Of course,
Yeah,
100%. And he probably had like a lot on his mind anyway during the Euros.
yeah.
Um,
He's probably shitting himself because he's leading this team to a potential win that we haven't had in like over 60 years.
is Martinelli still out because of the Brazilian?
No, I don't believe so.
No.
Um, so yeah, I would put Martinelli on the bench for a Saka backup because I think Martinelli is better than all the other players that could go on that left side.
I would love to see Martinelli start a lot more. I mean, I think he's got the potential there to be a great player.
Yeah. If we were in Europe this season, I guarantee he'd be starting.
Yeah.
But it's going to be more difficult now because now we just got FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Premier League.
Yeah. I mean, I love Saka to bits. Don't get me wrong, but I would like to see Martinelli in that position as well. It's a hard one for me. Saka, Martinelli, switch over.
Well, they're both good.
Yeah.
I think if Pepe wasn't in the starting lineup for me every time, I put Saka on the right and Martinelli on the left.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Just before we finish, I want to ask you whereabouts, and it's a hard one for any Gooner to ask another Gooner. Whereabouts are we finishing in the season, do you think?
Oh God. Well, I'm not going to say top four because I don't think we're that quality.
Considering we've had 2 seasons, I think the last 2 seasons?
We finished 8th. Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's just down to Arteta playing the wrong players.
Yeah.
And a lot of our players being injured last season. But yeah, if I look at a realistic position we could finish at, I'd probably say 6.
6?
Yeah.
I mean, I was a bit negative to start with, and I actually said we're probably finishing the same position, 8th or 9th. I don't, unless something changes dramatically, maybe in January.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I think we should change manager. That's me.
Yeah.
I don't know what anyone else thinks. I know a lot of people are like trust the process, but I don't see a process that's to trust.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if I don't want to lose, but hopefully we lose enough games to show that Arteta is not the right man for the job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope in January we could sign some players that will get us to that top 6 performance again.
Maybe January we'll get Aouar.
Let's not get our hopes up. Like, I gotta remember because I wrote an article for All Out Football when we were into Odsonne Edouard from Celtic. And obviously he ended up going to Crystal Palace, and they've turned it around.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, now I remember, Tottenham lost their last 2 games in the Premier League 3-0.
Yeah.
They lost 3-0 to Palace and 3-0 to Chelsea.
That's mental. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, like I think it's down to Lloris mainly because Lloris is not a good goalkeeper.
You don't rate him at all, no?
No, I don't think Lloris. Like, obviously, I have a massive Tottenham friend named Huss. He loves Hugo Lloris, but one time he told me that Lloris was the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. I'm like, what are you smoking? Like, I had to argue. Then I made the argument. I didn't say Leno. I said De Gea.
De Gea, yeah. De Gea's up there. I mean, he had a bit
Like,
of a shaky spell last
if you give me a choice between the two to take to Arsenal, I go with De Gea.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, I would as well. Yeah, I'll back you up on that one. But yeah, we're going to leave it there anyway. Thank you, Edward, for coming on to the show. I'm going to drop a link down below as well if you'd like to jump onto the Red Wolf Nash. You can find him on YouTube as well. He's got some interesting videos on there. Hopefully we can do this again. Maybe do a recap of Sunday's game maybe next week.
Maybe. Well, I'll just have to see what my schedule's like.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll go round you. I'll go round what you're doing.
All right. Well, listen, thanks very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe on One Way Football and also All Arms Out, which is the Arsenal channel that I have. And we shall see you very shortly. Thank you very much. See you later, mate.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Bye.
Big